Hello and welcome to Farthest Frontier. Well, looks like we're getting into the winter. We've got a bit of food left, not a lot. There's no sign of fruits or nuts because, yeah, it looks like pretty much everything gets preserved, which kind of makes sense, I suppose, but we're still in the process of trying to flatten this place. I mean, it might take a while. I mean, this is where we've got to in the space of, you know, over a century. I don't know if we'll ever get it like completely flattened the way I want it to be flattened, but you know, you can always keep trying. So look for where the edge kind of drops off, and just keep trying. I mean, that to me looks like it's got a very rounded. This is bizarre. If we go and select that, if I go from there, it's starting to. That just does not seem flat by any stretch of the imagination. Because I've been basically extending it out. Go to... that's too far. That's interesting that. We can go that way. That's beyond the... Now why is that? That's over the maximum size if you get to 550 and it won't accept it. If we go that way, it gets to 562 and it's acceptable. 625 is acceptable. So it's like, what? Why are you doing that? That makes no sense. Right, anyway. Since I've put that one there, I'm going to go... This is not flat at all. Jeez Louise, what are these people been doing? I think somebody needs to tell them like how to actually flatten things, because they just don't seem to understand. Right, let's put that one there. I mean, they're trying. I mean, I'll give them that. They are trying, but it's not flat. Anyway, mines, deep mines. I'm not really impressed by these. I think they do give you a so like a constant source of materials. In this case, gold. The problem is, oh, struth. The problem is, you don't get that much. So I think this is kind of like last resort when you've exhausted everything else on the map, basically. I think that's when you start turning to these infinite deep mines. These ones produce a lot more. These ones will just keep churning materials out. I've just realised there's people out here who are seriously struggling, so I'm going to have to put... Until I get the housing sorted out, I'll at least give them a temporary shelter. It's better than nothing. Otherwise they could freeze to death if they're living like over here instead of nearby. But I think with this place I've got to flatten this place out because there's... Was it 16? Yeah, there's a total of 16 people, so I built 4 houses. The expectation all of these would cater for these people, but I forgot there's another mine here as well. Right, in that case, we'll do the usual, which is flatten the place out again. I'll try setting up some houses over there. So getting towards the end of winter, so we're getting by with food, but I think realistically I'm going to have to add some more fields. Kind of like encroaching on where the hunter, because the hunter... Where the heck does the hunter live? I mean, there's a hunter, well, there's a forager there. So the hunter hunts there because there's deer there, but for whatever reason they're going all the way out to here to put traps. Which seems a bit weird. Let me put that. Trouble is those deer, I mean, I'm not overly enthusiastic that they'll be able to get much. This place is still looking empty. We were seriously running out of wood last time, if memory serves. I mean, there's nothing they can do. I mean, they're tasked with like chopping trees down or planting trees, but it just seems to be taking a long time. Right, well in that case, let us, well, just on the off chance there might be some storms. Let's get them to chop trees down while they're there. Oh, bicycles, they're going to run into a boar. That's not going to go well. There's a tree there. There's some trees there. Right, so we want food storage, food production. So there's a gap of about one there, so I could leave that for the road. Speaking of which, why isn't there a road there? I seem to have completely forgot. Or is it a case of they haven't got round to it? Have they just not got round to building that road? Yeah, the road's obstructed by a road. That makes a lot of sense, yeah. Right, in which case, let's get them to build some more, not storage, we want food production. So if we go by 7 by 7, if memory serves, 7 by 7, 7 by 7 and 7 by 7. I am surprised, I must admit, because this feels a lot different to when I was originally playing the game when it first came out. Because of the fertility levels, they seem to be a lot higher now. I mean, if I just go into these like fields are much more like fertile compared to like the original playthrough that I was doing. I mean, there is quite a lot of sort of like compost yards that I've got to create that fertilizer, but the even though I was using these types of like vegetables and grains and what have you, they were sucking the fertility out so quickly that we just couldn't get enough fertilizer to improve it or recover it. But this is actually doing quite well, I'm surprised. Anyway, where are we at? So these are, they're still sorting weeds out. I think I'll just leave them to sort the weeds, and then I'll start putting more crops in there. Right, so Anna, what can you sell me, buy from me? Probably hard to sell you things because we don't have that much gold. Grain. Our flour's not going very well. That's a shame. Ooh, I'm struggling for shoes because pelt is something I need to buy. Sell them off. What the heck? I need the money. I'll put some away back into the piggy bank just to keep things ticking over, otherwise we'll have problems. Right, back up here. Oh, that's a thought. How's the chickens doing these days? And just moseying on. So they produce meat and they produce eggs. Proteins. That's it. So it's quite a lot of spoilage on the meat. So it looks like I'm probably not managing to smoke as many as we could. I mean, I think there's a smokehouse around here somewhere. Yeah, there's a smokehouse there. So they'll do fish and they'll do meat. There's not a lot of meat in storage. If there was a lot of meat in storage, I'd be inclined to build another one of those, but I've got one of them over here as well. Oh no, that's the rat catcher, okay. I mean, I'm not storing the meat in there. So how much meat have we got then? Yeah, we've got very little meat, but for some reason it's spoiling much quicker than we can cope with. It's just under. Yeah, it's just under. Planes right away. What if... I mean, smoked meats... We're producing more than's being consumed, but... I mean, that should last longer. That's got me puzzled, that. Yeah, I mean, we can throw in another one, because, I mean, if they're going to produce meat over here... I think we may as well do that. Get them to put that on a little corner there, because then there's two places where they can get that from. Wrong place. Right, so I think this is Beldar the Peddler. Yeah, it's Beldar the Peddler. Well, I'm just going to sell off some of this sand, because I've got plenty of it. Oh, that's interesting, we've got quite a few... No, that's interesting, so we've got quite a few spare pelts, but... So what are the cobblers up to, then? Produce materials, usable goods, shoes. So we're not keeping up with shoe production. So that is Hooper. So firewood splitter. Ah, there's another. I think that's the cobbler. Yes, there's a cobbler with two people there. There's a cobbler over there. So it looks like we need another cobbler then. That comes under here, doesn't it? And it's not flat. Why am I not surprised? I picked an interesting map, I'll say that. Oh, jeez Louise. What if it's leave it there? So that is that's a candle shop. I'm trying to find where the storage is. That's not storage. That's the other type of storage. Nope, that's not a storage facility. That's not a storage facility. That's definitely not a storage facility. It's not one. It's not one. Tell you what. What does it look like? It looks like that. So there's one there, so it probably makes sense to put one here. Right, storage. Oh, I'm back to needing flat ground, aren't I? I think the theme here is just having to flatten everything. Yeah, I'm going to have to flatten everything again. I have no idea what I'm going to do about that, though. Because there's no way anybody can walk up there. Right, is that looking... That still doesn't look flat by any stretch of the imagination. It's like it's sloping in that direction, and... Well, what's that mean? If we go and flatten it from that Right there. I'm just going to have to keep working my way out. Go over the edge there, yeah. I think the people who live here will probably be, like, generations have been, like, flattening this place, or at least trying to. You'd think at some point, like, they'd sort of, like, start to protest or something and say, given, like, how many times I've got them just flattening things. Yeah, I keep expecting to see, like, protests in the street with big banners telling us to stop flattening things. Right, have we got anything here? Nope. At some point, hopefully the wagoners will turn up. Right, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Oh, the night soil collector. Wow! That's a long way. That is a long way to travel. Crikey. No, I never thought of that. Yeah, there's the... You need the night soil collector needs to come out and gather everything. Interesting. Let's speed this up. Anyway, speaking of speeding up, actually, how's our fields doing? Right, so I've done that. So if we take... let's take these out. Then that one can go as well. And there's a bit there to go. Yep, that can go. Right, then that one, oh, that there can go as well. And then we'll run a road down the side and up the middle. Alright, I may as well just run it all the way down to there. Oh, why is that? Why can't I run the road there? Okay, I can now for some strange reason. Okay, that has to go. Not that. That one. Ooh. Right, okay. Yeah, I was just looking at the cows and I'm thinking, oh, the cows would actually come out and eat everything. I mean, they've got a certain area to work in, but where they live, but fence this off because there's deer around. Right, well, let me get on with that. So that, right, so if we just keep adding farmers in here. And the one thing I haven't really thought about is have I actually got enough people to do this? Because I'm not sure. Oh, speaking of which, that was handy. Yeah, that was extremely convenient, that was. Not enough room to add crops. Well, yeah. Just on the limit there. Right, so we need them to finish this off. Right, how are we doing in our never-ending exercise of trying to flatten the world? Still trying. And still trying over there as well. Oh, have they built the smokehouse yet? Yes, they have. So there's only one person can work there. Right, now that's going to be a bit of a pain. Go to... just about coping. And I mean just. So I might have to get another wood log, one of those wood splitters. How are we doing over here? Have we got the place flattened yet? Nope, still not flat. They can keep trying. As long as they keep trying, that's fine. It's all you can expect of these people. They're trying. Right, so this can come out. Because it looks like we've now got our farmers working. They've cleared the weeds and they've cleared the rocks. So that's alright as well. So, I mean, we're getting towards the end of the seasons anyway, so I'll have to think of what to do here. So this one, yeah, that's the same. Oh, cool. So I'll just clear these out. Because I'm thinking of root vegetables again. That wasn't the plan. So carrots and then, oh no, is it carrots and clover, or clover then carrots? Carrots then clover, right, so carrots, because carrots are better toleration, have a better tolerance for frost. Okay, in which case this one needs to be carrots then. Clover. Reference, that one's done. So if I take that out, I'll get them to do carrots. Once they're finished, I'll sneak the clover in. Turnips. Are those beans? Ah, no, that was a thought. Yes, we're running out of flax, aren't we? Okay, so if we go with rye, at least I think it's rye, isn't it? So that's wheat. It's one that bends to the left. Yeah, it's rye. Okay, so carrots then rye. So that would be, that one would be the rye. Right, so then that one must do rye. So then this one then wants to do the flax. So put our flax, because we, yeah, as far as I recall, we were running out of flax at some point. So then we'll do flax there, followed by some clover. And flax there, and then some clover. So that'll get us a bit more food. Trouble is we've got too much, I think we've got too much wheat, or too much grain to actually turn into anything. Yeah, it just ends up as a grain, so I don't know if there's any point. Because, I mean, if I go to add some sand, yeah, we need to add sand. So that's just slightly out for the flax, so I've got to go to that point there. So the flax is the one that needs more sand. Oops. Right, so if we use flax as the guideline then. Yes, that gets us 10%. If I take, I mean, that one needs, doesn't really tell you, I mean, are we growing cabbages? Oh. Tell you what, if we take that out and put cabbages in. Yeah, cabbages, this is the trouble, cabbages are right at the opposite end. That's trouble, leeks. The leaks don't seem to go well. They're just slightly too far. I mean, buckwheat's no good. We could do... Could we do turnips? Turnips would... Yeah, turnips would do that. I mean, they are... What are they? They want heat, so they're okay for the cold. Okay, let's take them out and we'll just put turnips in instead. Because we've just got way too much wheat already. Well, that's interesting that we don't have any... Yeah, we don't have any wheat. We don't have any cabbages. I'll have to think about that when we do this one then. Right, so we need... Well, I may as well let them get back to work. Oh, that wasn't fun. Keeps them occupied a bit longer. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm not doing cabbages. Why am I not doing cabbages? I mean, one thing is possibly because they might use up a lot of fertility. So they are minus 4% of fertility. And they're heavily dependent on fertility, it seems. Not very good for weed suppression. They seem to be at the opposite end of the spectrum, I think, so that could be something else we'll have to play around with, I suppose. Hello. Automatic building upgrades enabled. I just noticed that. Right, so there's still flattening of that area. Still a bit of work going on over here. Right, I was going to set up a cobbler, but also a storage facility. So there's a storehouse I could put... Nope, it's still too slowly. So that's done. Oh, hold on. Why have you got rats over here? Rats. So where is the nearest rat catcher then? Ah, no. Yeah, that might make sense, because there's a rat catcher there. Ah, right, that makes sense, because originally the rat catcher in here was dealing with those rats. Okay, we'll have to create another rat catcher then. Does that come under amenities and services, maybe? Yeah. That one there. So we've got 6 months of food as we head into winter, so that's not too bad. Right, so these guys, so they're better cool. Yeah, suited for the weather. So I like that. So there's people actually going in there now. So they're actually taking advantage of that. I've only, like, I think in earlier games normally this was just hardly ever used except in like really bad times of winter, but interesting. I mean, because for me this was only really like something you would use as a temporary one-off. And yet there's people actually using it now. I think it was like if there was like severe blizzard, the idea was, you know, you get into winter, for example, you do your job, normally you would go home to get something to eat, for instance, or to warm up or something, and they would walk all the way home. But I think if there was like a severe blizzard, they would come to somewhere like here. That's interesting, that. Could be... Because, I mean, something like that to me makes more sense because of the fact that you've got so many people who could be here, but it says it's just a temporary one. Because ultimately it says they're going to return home. So, I would much prefer if you hadn't like these big areas that you could allocate for areas like here where you've got a lot of people working in one place. I think that would make life a lot easier. Anyway, speaking of making life easier, I need to try and flatten this place again. It's a never-ending strategy, I think. Just keep trying to flatten the place if you can. Just keep trying. Eventually, maybe. One day, hopefully, maybe. Go that direction. That's going everywhere but where I wanted to go. I think the camera was getting in the way a bit. Now I don't know what's going to happen here if I try and flatten that. Because that's not flat by any stretch of the imagination. Right, so let's get back to here, because why was I flattening? Oh yes, I'm trying to flatten this area because I need more houses over here, don't I? I knew there's method in the madness. Right, so if we keep going in that direction. Yeah, maybe that's something they need to introduce, as like, you know, people with big placards and banners like protesting in the streets, like, stop this crazy person who's obsessed with flattening the place. We don't like El Presidente or whoever they are in charge. I mean, to be fair, we've been around for over a century. You'd think we'd be getting credit for this by now, but yeah, generation after generation, we're all like, you know. Anyway, speaking of generations, where are we up to with here? So 12 of 20. That one's at 10 of 20, so they've still got a good ways to go. I mean, I'm tempted to send some cattle over there to speed things up, but because the trouble is that you only get meat if you exceed the population. So if there's more cows than you can house, then they'll send them to the abattoir. The catch is, otherwise it's going to take a while for these ones to catch up, so I could take a bit of a hit. Tell you what, let's do that. So if we say send... So if we send maybe 4... Right, so they're going to go to that one, so that's fine. So those cows will go over there, so that gives them 16. They're both on 16. And we'll send 4 of them ones. Ah, now this has caught me out before. If I go and select another building, it seems to mess things up. But if I use the arrows to pick the building, it seems to work. I think that works a bit better. That's probably the better strategy. So I'm assuming at some point the cows will walk down the street. So there's 16 there, and there's 14 there. So I mean, they'll get there. But it just means we're going to have to go for a while without any meat by the looks of it. Right, so where are we at with this one? So that's done, that's done. Now let's take that out. Put some clover in there. Take that one out and we'll add some clover in there. Right, who we got? Is it Masuk? I think it is. Masuk the Silver Tongue. I mean, I'm tempted to sell some of those, to be honest, but hold on a tick. Have we not got any? Yeah, I'm not stocking any. Let's start stocking some preservatives then, just for change. Oh no, hold on a tick. I'm gonna do that, don't I? That would make more sense. I'll keep a constant stock in there. Oh, right, I'll tell you what, we'll start. It seems to starting to get a bit of an excess of these. It makes sense to keep some going. I'm not going to get much for the power bugs, but I would like to sell them up. Ooh, wow. Even at a normal price, I'm getting a lot of money for them. Right, let's go on to piggy bank. $298 for the heavy weapons. Crikey. Right, nothing jumps out there. So who else we got? Oh, it's Skull the Butcher. That's interesting. I can sell the normal weapons, but I've yet to see anybody offering me an option to sell the shields. I don't think I've ever seen anybody offering to sell me any shields. To let me sell them shields, I should say. Intriguing. Ooh, the market can be upgraded. Go for it. Put an extra person in, but I don't know if that's, well, it says they'll make more money. Probably worth doing it. I mean, I was just thinking it doesn't seem any point. This is going to be like a tight-knit community anyway. So I didn't really need a distance, but it's saying, yeah, you can get more income out of this. So, okie dokie, we'll do that one. Right, tell you what, where does that goes off over there. Right, in which case, what if we do, yeah, that could do. So let's see what happens if we do that edge then. I mean, to be fair, the roads are already messed up anyway. I've seriously messed the roads up now. So the entry point into this area is kind of, well, it's not doing so well. It's literally now turned, what was a nice road has become a cliff. And it's affecting both sides now. Which is like, yeah, it had to happen. Right, we can't go that way anyway, so that's fine. Ooh, a miner's out of ore. What? How dare the mine be out of ore? That's totally unacceptable. So what's this? It's no, it's not a mine, it's a sand pit. There's a big difference between a mine and a sand pit. I'm just saying. Are they still not growing any trees? So they're just casually wandering. What happened to all my trees? There are no trees in the area. Well, what are we waiting for here? It seems to be taking, for some strange reason, the trees seem to have stopped growing. Yeah, I don't know. It's a feature. I think the trees just don't work anymore. Nature is broken. Speaking of things that are broken, how are we doing for sand? Because we don't have any now. I mean, I've got plenty in storage, but I need to find some sand. I can see plenty of nuts, but I can't see any sand. I'm going to get the priorities here. I think there was a... Yeah, there's an infinite one there, and there's an infinite one there. But the way I'm looking at it, the ordinary ones seem to produce more resources, whereas the deep mines, they just seem to be like, yeah, they're just never ending, but you don't get as much out of them. So it's a bit of a compromise. So it's kind of like, I think in my interests to go after the normal mines and quarries first. Except I'm not seeing any. That's something I could really do with as a filter on this. Or even if you could just like zoom completely out. I think there might be like a mod that allows you to zoom out. But it would make life a lot easier to find things. You can see me having to build that deep mine now. Having said that, did we not have a one already? Yeah, I think we've already got one, which is next to the farms. Or the barns, rather. Yeah, right. Okay, we'll open this up then. Oy, 1,000 gold. It's a lot of gold, I'm just saying. It's a lot. Right, what are you complaining about? Why are you complaining about crops? You're not ready to grow any. That's interesting, that one's complaining of... It has empty crop seasons. It's exactly the same as this. So this one's not complaining, whereas that one is. Which is bizarre. Take that out and pull it in. Right, let's see how that goes. Right, so that's on hold until... That's... Why is that on... Why have we only got 2 people there? Yeah, but 91 people. Here is. Yeah, it's still got quite a ways to go, because the idea is I want to clear that one out. And then we'll turn this one back on again. And it's actually got quite a lot. Does that need heavy? Oof, it needs heavy tools though. And it needs the metal ingots. Right, I'll take a wander back over to here because I was flattening things out here because the plan was to make this a... Make it a kind of like little village area over here as well. Because this is now going to be permanent, so it makes sense. At least to me anyway. So they've almost got that one done. Oh, that's a thought. Yeah, we did get round to doing the road. Right, yeah, I think I compromised and ended up bringing the road that away, didn't I? Except they're not using the road. Why are you not using the road? There's a road. A road is there to be used. Doesn't make sense to have a road if you're not going to use it. Yeah, they're all running up the side for some strange reason. Go there. That's either side of that. Oh no, that's a thought. Where's that one going to? Yeah, that one's now messed up, isn't it? Well, that one's still intact, but that one's now messed up. Question is how far out am I going to push this? Probably a bit further, I'd imagine. So if we go... Can we go to there? No? Right, we'll go to there then. And there. And just keep these all busy flattening things as ever. And I'll just keep going in that direction as well. I mean, I do appreciate there's a sheer cliff for them to try and climb up, but I mean, eventually we might get the road sorted out. Hang on, not enough fodder for winter. Ooh. Ooh. Seriously? You've got 706 here and you're complaining there's not enough fodder. I think someone's telling porkies here. So I'm going to need more people. Yeah, I need more people to work in here. I think that one's maxed out, isn't it? Yeah, so those two are maxed out. I think I need a lot more people. I'm going to need a lot more people to go here and here. I mean, if I focus on the mines, at least get me... or rather the houses for the mines, it gives me more scope. Because then people will move over here and free up areas over here, so we'll still be increasing the number of homes. Now, where are you going to go? I'm just curious, because she was cool. No, she's going to go home. Okay. That's one of the reasons I'm not overly fond of people living all the way over in the town if they're working over here. Because every now and again, I don't know if there's some like random choice as to who it is who has to like stock the house. Because I've had games where somebody in the house goes out and gets things and then brings them back to the house. So maybe they go to the market and get them. But I'm sure I've had other ones where the market actually like takes them to the houses. At least I think I did. Although it does make, I think it probably makes more sense where the market just like goes out and gathers the items and brings everything back to the market, and it's then up to the householders to get the items for their own house. But like I say, I think it's random as to who they pick. I don't really know. That way. That way. So I'm tempted to put a market down here. It would save them a lot of trouble as well. So I've deliberately put a market up here for these people. Ooh, speaking of people. Need to put some more money in the piggy bank. Ooh, there's only two months supply of food left. So they can't find any meat and they can't find any fish. I'm not surprised because we're waiting for these to... So yeah, that was a bit of a gamble. So until they get to 20, we're going to struggle a bit. So hopefully these fields can have something in the market. If the traders come along, at least I can buy some. So we've got a month left of food. So what have we got left? Frankly, they've burned through that. All we're down to is just a... I'm sure you can just live off preserved fruit. Yeah, I think we're going to have to buy a lot of food. Blood chickles. It seemed like a good idea at the time. It had to be done. I mean, you can always buy the cows from the trading post, but it just doesn't seem right. Not when you've got like tons of cows in the first place. Right, how are we doing with our sand pit then? Oh, it's on hold because of the iron ingots again. Tell you what. Okay, never mind about that. It's on building. With this, I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to get them to stock metal ingots. If I can find them. There. And then I'll just put them back into the market for the general area, shall we say. I'll get them to put it back into storage after that. Oh dear. Sounds like somebody died. It's quite traumatic that, when you hear that in the background. I mean, they died of old age. Which, I mean, you know, it happens. But yeah, it's when you hear that curdling scream, it's like... it's troubling. Right, back to our flattening again. Jeez Louise. That's becoming the theme of this game, or at least it has been for a long time now. Flatten the area. Flatten some more. In fact, while you're at it, why not just flatten the area? It's like, it's a never-ending game of flattening. Flatten this, flatten that. Flatten something else. Can we go... No, can't. Go up there. See, that is not flat. I like to hope that is kind of flat. That certainly needs flattening. Right, if we go that way. And then from there we'll go that away. Ooh, speaking of flattening, I'm supposed to be putting a new storage area down in the cobbler, aren't I? Storage, a storehouse. Ooh, I remembered. That's the tab key. Ah, no, that's interesting. So, I think, G.SKILL's. So I've just remembered, I've noticed people are walking along there, so I'm thinking, oh, okay, but I better flatten that area. Cobblers. Yep, we need a cobblers. At least that's a step in the right direction. A step, no pun intended. Oh yes, we've got somebody visiting, don't we? Right. What can we sell to? Oh, wow. 200 glass. Jeez Louise, we've got a lot of glass. And he doesn't have enough money. Minus nothing. That's not what I typed. Right, so what can I buy from you? As in, have you got any food? Because no! One thing I need is food and he doesn't have any. I mean, I can buy some... I mean, how much for 50 ingots? I'll buy them off you, and then I can sell these to you. Hopefully. Because I've got like a bajillion glassware. For whatever reason. Ooh, swords can go for a good price. Where did they all go? Oh, I told her to buy and transfer, didn't I? Right, there was something I was going to buy and I've lost the plot. Or was I? No. Oh, he's gone, that's why. Duh. Right, so we've got to... yeah, we've got enough gold up here. Oh, there's a thought. Just put that back, put that food back into the market, into the normal storage, since we don't have much. What does do with more tallow? I think that'll do for now. So we've got 4 months supply of food, so that's something. He's still not right, they're almost done there. What about over here? getting it to flatten this area. Right, how's our sand pit coming along? Oh, it's still got 23 needed. Is that my frost back again? Oh, it's not, it's my soup. Oh, cheap prices, that's not good. I wonder if I sold that. Did I actually sell the ingots off by mistake? I think I might have sold the ingots off by mistake when I meant to buy them. Oopsie! Didn't mean to do that. Wow, this is 947 for plate mail. I think we'll be stocking some of them, thank you. Because we've got plenty of this stuff. I mean, I could sell some of those off, but I can't buy. What I need is the metal ingots. Storage. Can we put any storage in here? Oh, fiddly-dee. Yeah, well, aside from the fact that's too deep, I need to move that. Because there's a road I can put in. Makes sense, because I've noticed there's people walking along there, so it kind of makes sense, really. Right. And then flatten the area again. And then back to the theme of the game, which is flatten this place as well. So that's one too far. So if we put that there and go that away. Crops lost to frost. Seriously? How do you get frost at this time of year? I'm intrigued. Jack Frost's out a bit too early if you don't mind me saying. Right, if we go that way as well, and that way there, and then that over there. It's still flattening there. Right, I'll see how much. There's only 9 in storage. I need a lot more. I need. What's about 30 something? It's 23 now. No, not too far. I'll have to think what to do with these. I'm just going to wait until all 3 fields are ready. And they are already. Okay. Right, tell you what. Yeah, I need to think about what to do with these, because these are going to end up as being... Probably makes sense to put cabbages in, because we aren't growing any. I mean... Green, I think root vegetables was the bigger problem, but I mean, there's no harm in having in extra greens, I suppose. So there's all that lot still needs flattening, so I can get the road extended out to here, hopefully. Just get them to flatten that while we're at it. And then if I can get them to build storage, hopefully that's flat now. Getting to build that. Not too bad for firewood. But 3 months, so we definitely need more food, but the main cause of the problem now is just the fact that there's... Ah, right. So we're now up to 20 cows in there, so that's recovered. 20 in there, so that's recovered. So that's just 2 short. So all 3 of these barns should now start to produce meat. Trouble is how many people have I got free? I mean 87 if I put 2 into there and 2 into there. Extra 2 into there. Because I've got to make sure I've always got enough labourers. I mean at the moment I'm kind of like flying by the seat of my pants because I don't have any body to go into here yet, so that's why I've got a bit of a surplus of people. It's kind of chicken and egg because I need more people, but you need more food. The thing I need to make more food is more people. So yeah, so even if I pick what crops to put in there, you're talking about another 18 people to go into those fields. So last season they produced 282 turnips and they've got 376 back, so that's not bad. That one, 376 crops planted, 487 back. 376 planted, 471 black back. Right, what about statistics? How are we doing for flax these days? Because I think flax was a problem. Agriculture. So we're doing okay on flax now. So that's good to see. So agriculture still, that's a lot of grain getting spoiled because I don't know what to do with it. If you turn it into flour, it doesn't last as long. So what are we doing in terms of bread then? Are we consuming? That doesn't really come under there. Ah, it's food. So fish, jeez Louise, we're producing a lot of fish. That's interesting, that. So look at the grains. Yes, it does make sense to want to have more grains, more beans as well, if we can. Interesting. Not enough preserved vegetables, dairy. Doing okay there, but that's a lot of milk that's spoiling. So probably want to make more cheese. I'm getting distracted. Where's the usable goods, hide coats, linen clothes? Right, 53 out of 37. Oh, there's the flax. Yeah, so we're producing more flax than we need. So here's a problem. So that's something I'll probably think about. It's like maybe putting. We're going to have to get more hay then, because I did see a warning about not enough winter fodder, but we had tons of it in stock. I'm not seeing any here. So that's something I'm going to have to think about. See, that's greyed out. The greens. And at the moment I can't see. Yeah, I can't see any fodder here. As far as I was aware, they just grey out. But no, I'm not seeing any. Show empty items. Ah, that's why. Right, so at the moment... Right, that makes more sense now. So we don't have enough beer. Fish, smoked meat, smoked fish. Don't have enough mushrooms. Okay for eggs. Don't have enough nuts. Fodder the hay, in other words. Actually, that's better. That's actually showing. Yeah, that makes more sense. Show categories. So you split them up into categories. That makes it a bit easier to understand. inline categories. Quite like that. Yeah, that's a bit better. But yeah, I'm gonna have to think about what to do with the fields. The only catch is I need more people. I mean, we've barely got through there, but I think we should do better this year because 3 of these barns have now got a full population, so they should start to produce more meat. This one shouldn't take too long to catch up. There's always another source. I'm just throwing it out there. Not a lot, but it's something. So yeah, I'm going to be back to probably flattening this area because there's a lot of people are going to be working here permanently, here temporarily. So it makes more sense to probably put in some more houses in the market there. Keep on flattening this place so that I can extend this out because there's enough like houses for that one mine there, but yeah, I want the people down there to have their housing area, which probably makes sense to probably throw in another market down there as well to cater for these people. That's now up. So really, I don't want any food in here. Let's take these out. So, I mean, the idea was it's mostly for the pelts and the shoes, I think. Don't mind leaving the coats there on the off chance, but I mean, what's these? So I don't mind if they put any candles there if they want. Is there anywhere in here for firewood? No, I think that goes in the other place, doesn't it? I don't want to put weapons in here if I can help it. I mean, it's right next to like a fort, but I think that'll do for now. I mean, I can always change it afterwards, and then we'll put somebody else in there, but then hopefully that'll solve the bit of an issue that we had with the shoes. So yes, I mean, the population hasn't really gone up as such, but that's something I'm going to have to work on. Seriously, why? What are you complaining about? Oh, it's because of a lack of beer. Okay. So we need more beer. Okay. We'll make some more beer. So they make beer out of... Well, there's a thought. Now, why are you unable to work? Interesting. Because they need the honey. Are they out of honey? There's quite a lot of honey there. I mean, do these store it? Yeah, they've got the potential to store it here. I think it's probably because fudgesicles. I moved a lot of the apiaries up to here because they seem to be doing a lot better than what I would expect, which is around like crops, which is a bit bizarre. So there's plenty of like apiaries around the area, but so yeah, so we'll have to see how we do with food. I think that's a big focus, but also trying to get more people because I can't really expand the fields without having more people. It's the usual sort of like chicken and egg situation with these settlements. I think that's probably where it'll come to an end. You just get to a point where you break it. That's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid to get to a situation where there's not enough food for all the people and then everybody starts deserting, because I think that's what they do. I think that people do believe. So yeah, so as ever, there is a lot to do. And of course, that's all for another episode.